Hi all, it's Kylie from Kylie's Card Craft. Thanks for joining me again today. We've got another unboxing today. Your Creative Studio, one of their many subscription boxes. These boxes are awesome. There is so much in there, so I want to go through what's in this box that's just arrived, and then I'll come back with some projects at the end that I've created from it, because I know I'm going to be able to create from it because everything in here is always so awesome. I will pop the link for her website, for Your Creative Studio's website, underneath, so do go to the description box and find the link. So once again, awesome products always in here. General rule of thumb, the little card that you have in the front with your thank you on it will give you a general hint of what's inside. So far we're looking very much up my alley, as per normal with Your Creative Studio. So I'm going to very carefully cut that because I love the little paper that it's always wrapped in. And we'll lift it up and we'll have minor heart attacks and go, yay! Okay. Shall we go this one by one? We're just going to pop it to the side so that I can pull these out and we can have a look. So first things first, we've got little clear flower stickers, black and white, lovely monochrome stickers. Washi tape. There's always so much that you can do with her boxes. They are just the most awesome boxes. Now, if I get this off carefully, we've got these wonderful little envelopes that we can reuse as well. So I'll work on this bit later on, but let's first have a look at what we've got. Oh, look at this. Look at these beautiful flowers. This is just awesome. Look at these, look at these. Oh, sorry, I just realised my hands, I've been coffee dyeing. Look at that. So, yes, I've been out there coffee dyeing some fabric to go into a new journal. So, I forgot to scrub my fingers afterwards. So, cling stamp. Stamp. You know how I love my stamps. There is always so much in these boxes that it's just a plethora of ideas. You know everything's going to match. And I love these little envelopes. Oh, hang on. Not just a clear stamp. We have numerous clear stamps. So we have flower with the script going behind it. I don't know if you can see that properly. It's probably shine. Take it on this side. How's that? The lights might be shining on that one. We've got another little flower. Beautiful red rubber. You're not going to go wrong with that. Oh, and another one. Aren't they just the most adorable little stamps? And another little envelope. Another envelope. Another little stamp. Woohoo! Oh, look at that. Isn't that just the most amazing set? As I said, mind the coffee. Isn't that just beautiful? Can you get that without it shining too much? They are awesome. I'm just going to move the little envelopes around because I reckon I'll do my projects with these little envelopes as well. So, lift up. What have we got here? Retro labels. Classic special paper original design. So, let's just have a look at these. Look like tickets, etc. Let's have a look. Oh, I love that. So, yes, we've got a collection of tickets, clothing labels. Beautiful, beautiful little pack of ephemera and labels. Oh, there's a different one in there. Oh, that's that beautiful train. In Canada, is it? That's got the big glass bit on the top. I would love to do that trip. Oh, gosh, I'd love to do that trip. Sit you there. Next one. Oh, glad I left my scissors out. Let's have a look. This could be anything. Could be anything. And if I've got fingernails, we're going to find out what it is. Pop that in the bin. Let's have a look. squillions and squillions and squillions and squillions of little paper squares. So let's have a look. Are these stickers? Are these paper? It's a little book. Oh, look. They are stickers. Postage stamp stickers. I think that's just... They're very thick. As in, I had 2 or 3 of them there. I'll just peel that back off there, and I'll peel one off. Look at that. Can you see these? Look at that. Isn't that divine? So let's just have a look at these things and see if they're stickers or not. So I'll just grab my knife. Yeah, they are. No, I don't know. Yes, they are. They're washi stickers. Aren't they beautiful? I have no idea how many are in there. 50. There are 50 of these little ones. Oh, my word. As I said before, these boxes are so full of so many different bits and pieces and items that, and everything's going to match in it. And that's what one of the best things are. Because when you're having days when we don't have our mojo and all the rest, it's nice to still be able to come in and create. And when you've got things that are all themed together, it's so much easier than to try and get your head working around everything. Let's have a look. These are showing these on the back. Not quite certain how many there are. Oh, there's lots in here. I know that much. More little washi stickers. Oh, I love these. They work so well for just adding onto your page. They're those wonderful little add-ons that you've got a journaling page in your journal and they'll just sit up the top of and give a little bit of eye candy, I suppose, to your journaling page if you're making cards. Oh, you think you layer some of those onto the front of a card. Bang. They're not that hard to work with. It takes all the guesswork out of for you. We've then got some paper in these beautiful old advertisements. Again, makes no difference if you're doing a scrapbook layout, if you're doing a journal, if you're making cards. No matter what your project, you will find you will have the use for all of these products. You might be one of these very clever people who can work across the board in all of these sorts of genres. And something like this with the subscription boxes they'll go across all your projects. This is in a beautiful little vellum envelope. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love your Creative Studios subscription boxes the best. The packaging, the little envelopes and all the rest, you've got all these other things to use. Now these feel like stickers. Let's have a look. Yep, look at that. This is another sticker. So we've got these. I've got a couple of each of these. I won't go through all of them. We'll just have a quick flick through. These are all stickers by the look of... Oh, aren't these the most beautiful, beautiful designs you've ever seen? Look at this. Look, it makes it so easy to do projects. So easy. We're still going in this box, by the way. Oh, I love these. I have a set of these that I can't quite remember where I got them from, but they're in these leaves. Well, I did have a set. I use them so often. When they adhere down, you don't see any of this edge. And they just look like they're part of the paper. These sorts of ones look like they're pressed and into handmade paper. They are beautiful. I don't know if that's glaring a bit too much for you. Sorry. How's that? They are beautiful. We've got another paper pack here, I'm thinking. Oh, this is just divine. I love these. Oh, so I've got to, ooh, calm down, Kylie. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And look at, I know you can't feel it. Take my word for it. It is, can't say paper thin, because paper comes in many different thicknesses. That is like air. That is so thin. Oh, that is divine. And that's what all of those, they're all like it. They're all that very, very thin. You imagine folding those. Look at this. Work out where, these have got their folds on them. So very quickly, I'm going to put that piece there. Fold that up there. Fold that down there. Look, slide that into a pocket in your journal. You'd swear it was pre-done. You know, you've got these crease lines then. I'll ink a bit of that. I'll go on to it anyway when we're doing our projects later on, I promise. Oh, my word. Oh, they are just the most divine pieces of paper. Right, let's have a look. Her tissue paper. Oh, I love these. Look at the design in that. Can't you just imagine? See, sorry, I'm already going on to what I'm going to create. And it literally took nothing because you've seen, I have just undone this box. Yes, it turned up a couple of days ago, but I had not undone it. I'd undone the box, but I hadn't undone this. I hadn't seen anything that was in here. I love these die cuts. The other garden pack that I got, I just used them and used them and used them. They are beautiful. Look at that. They're not glossy, so you don't have to worry about that finish. A lot of the times with the glossy ones, I'll sand them down or I have to cover them a little bit with the gesso. These are a flat cardstock, not too thick, so they're not going to add too much bulk into your journals or onto your cards if you're using them as die cuts on the front of your cards or in your scrapbook layouts. They are, I'm going to sit those with those so I know where they come. We're still going. I think we're almost at the end. That's it, yes. And this looks like, would you believe, another paper pack. This box has so much in it. Oh my word, there's a lot in it. Paper ephemera. So we've got our little ones. We've got what looks like vellum ones, yes. We've got our vellum ones. Oh, they just make the most awesome pockets. Quite often with these vellum ones, I will adhere them onto, I don't think I've got any journals here. Hang on. Right, here's a journal I'm working on. Find a blank page. Here we go. Quite often these vellum ones, I will adhere them. I'll have a background done and I'll adhere them that way. Then I can pop my things in there because where's my little letter that I just folded? There. So there's my letter all nicely folded or even out like that. And I can pop that in there like that. But look, because it's the vellum, you can see part of that under there. Oh, they're just beautiful. So, back to this one. Sidetracked Kylie is what that was. So we've got lots of little ones. They all match those beautiful die cuts, as in these ones. Full pages in these as well. You'll have them in this size. And I'd say, if I know from no other ones, yes, we've got the vellum in the larger ones as well. Now that one, right, so we've got the three thicknesses. You've got a heavyweight cardstock, okay? You've got a paperweight, real thin paper, and you've got a vellum. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? And look at the colours of these. Look at this one. Look at that one. Isn't that the most divine thing? So there's your paperweight. Here's your cardstock. I'm just going to turn that over so you can see the vellum properly. And there's the vellum one. Look at that. See, now wouldn't that be just awesome, as in made into a pocket on its own? So you've got your cardstock weight on that side, you've got your vellum weight on that side, and then you've got something tucked in there that you would see vaguely behind it. So I'm just going to fold that one back out. But how beautiful is that? And it doesn't take any work because everything is themed. All right, so I'm going to go away now and I'm going to play, and I'm going to come up with a couple of projects, 2, 3, 4, 5, who knows, 1, 10, and I will be back. You won't even know I was gone, and we'll have a look at some projects created with this awesome subscription box. As I said before, look in the description down below. I'll have the full link to their website. You can't do better. They're just brilliant. Back in a moment. Right, had my play. Back at it. Oh, so love playing with these things. As I said, so many items in here. Let's see what I've come up with. So, first things first, I used one of our little pockets that either the stamp or the washi came in, because we had 3 of these and we had the little vellum one. So I've grabbed one of these. I've then just covered the back in some of the tissue paper. Very nice, beautiful, fine tissue paper. And I just used a glue stick on it. Adhered it on, cut around it, used a few of the die cuts, the top of one of these labels, and some of that beautiful printed letter sheets. And then on my other side, so that I've got my little opening for my envelope or pocket, whatever you want to call it, I've used the same sheet. So it's here, here, and here. I've used one of the other labels. I've used the large stamp. Can you see? I've just stamped it in a light grey so that it's there but not too bold. And so that was that one. And then I've used one of the other die cuts again. Now with the die cuts, when you get them, there's quite a large area around. Because it was so large, it wouldn't quite fit. So I've just fussy cut around it a little bit closer and then edged it in brown ink. So easy. And I'd done that within 5 minutes of me turning off the camera. Yesterday it was, because I finally got back to it today. So that's number 1. Okay. Number 2, I used one of the full sheets. So one of these sheets. And I used the cardstock one. I think it was that one, but in the cardstock. And all I've done is folded it up so that I've got about 1 inch left at the top. I've then used one of the vellum sheets and just trimmed off, it's not that one, it must be one of the other ones, trimmed off the bottom and adhered that down into that, again with my glue stick. A little bit more of script paper that was in, it was in one of, which one was that in? The box, which I've put, the box, aha, from that one that had all that beautiful advertising and some vellum stickers and all the rest. So out of that box, just a little piece torn off, and then again in the die cuts, there were these beautiful banners. So I've adhered those on with a little bit of foam tape, popped some embroidery floss across it, and then used some of our monochrome black and white stickers, clear stickers on the front here. Then used some more embroidery floss in an eyelet to tie it all together with those beautiful tonings. So now that one I would plan to have in a pocket in my journal. Okay, so I could either go that way or that way so that the whole thing comes out. and I can pop stuff in here. If you wanted to, you could adhere the whole thing to a page. You could have a top pocket and a front pocket as well. That's number 2. Number 3, I did a journaling card, a large journaling card. I love when you get these, her beautiful backings to, you know, the die cuts or the paper or whatever else. They're just beautiful. They are white on the other side. If you follow me, you know I don't use white that often. So what I've done is, I'll show you the back to start with. I've used my antique linen ink and my brushed corduroy ink and just gone over to give it that aged look again as well. I've again used this stamp because I love this stamp. It stamps beautifully. Now, when I wanted to do it that way to stamp it twice. This time, when I stamped it on this one, I used my stamp platform. See how it went? This time when I've stamped it, I have just used a normal acrylic block. And it stamped beautifully both times. Hint with these stamps. Now, and I've seen others on YouTube and they'll get them, whether they're from Your Creative Studio or wherever they're from, and they'll go to use them, they'll go, but they won't stick. What you need to do with these stamps, I think I've done that one. I've used all of these. This one I haven't used. Right, this one's been used. This one hasn't. You really can't tell the difference. But what you need to do is that they will have clear plastic on top of the clear plastic. Okay? I need my knife. Sure, it's this one that I've not used. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's this one. One of them I haven't used. That one. Okay. Clear plastic like that on top of that. So if this one is still on here, I'll just set that back on. And I'll get an acrylic block and I'll show you. If this is still on, it's not going to stick to your acrylic block, okay? You need to take off that top layer of plastic. It's still got the clear plastic, but what it'll then allow it to do is cling to your acrylic blocks or your stamping platform or whatever it is you're stamping with. So just remember that if you ever purchase stamps that won't cling, as in rubber stamps that won't cling like this, just double check if they've got a double layer of clear plastic on them, and that's why they're not going to stick for you. So I'll set those aside. Right, so my journaling card, it's a large journaling card to go into a journal, into a pocket, and all I've done is some clusters on the front. So I have utilised my lovely backing, which is here, okay, because each one of these was slightly different sizes and all the rest. And we've got one of the Vellum stickers from here, which I've trimmed down. We've got one of these ones from this set, which I've just inked around. I have one of the labels again from... Oh, there was just so much in here. Now I'm lost. Where's my retro labels? There. Okay, one of the labels from here. I've just torn a piece of coffee dyed cloth. It's a cheesecloth, but it's not a real cheesecloth that we use all the time. That very fine fabric, so it's fine, but it frays beautifully. So I've used a bit of that. Down here, where it would have had Your Creative Studio, good advertising for Your Creative Studio, but I don't necessarily need that in my journal. So all I've got down here is a strip of washi. Now the washi tape, when you use the washi tape here, you'll notice that these ones are there and there. So all I've done is torn off my section that I want, torn off another flower, cut around it, and adhered that in the centre. Because that writing went all the way through and you could see it, now you can't see the writing. This bit in here is one of these. I love these. These are these washi stickers, clear washi stickers, but they come on the full sheet like that. So they're square if you peel them off. I don't know if you can see or not. What I've done here is I've actually turned it back into a stamped image. Now that is so easy to do. I've got a half one here where I've used another half. Trim down your side where they are, and then with a hole punch, crocodile hole punch, whatever you've got, all right, around about that size, something that'll fit your circles, and just punch them out. Takes a little bit to go through, but it doubles the effect, and you'll end up with an actual stamp shape. Okay, just a little tip. It's just what I do, and I find then that I get that stamp shape and I don't get this section showing all the way around, because whether they're clear or not, you still tend to get a little bit of a section there. So that way it is just the stamp. So that was my journal card. The other thing I did, and I'll move those over, is I did a very quick tag. So I just used one of the sheets again, but in the cardstock weight. Not that they're that heavy anyway. Cut it into a basic tag. Used my European style hole for my hole punch up the top. So this is the design that I chose. I then chose a little piece of that I had torn out. There's the other half of that one. Okay, so there it is there. And I've left the full thing on this time, just for a different look. And because it was going on this cream, really dark cream. I've used another one of the die cuts, which I've inked around, and the remainder of that label that I used down here. I've got so much left. There will be so many projects done with these, but I just wanted to show you how quickly you can achieve something with all of this, because it doesn't matter what you pick up, they are all going to match. Okay? I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing. I hope you've enjoyed the little projects that I've made. I like that, but I love that side better, because that's all my colours. So do look at her subscription boxes. Your Creative Studio, the link will be down below in the description box. They are so worth the money. It is just awesome. If you'd like this one, please don't forget to subscribe to me. Thank you, and thank you so much, Your Creative Studio, for giving me the opportunity to do an unboxing again. Thank you, guys. Bye.